Going by behind me, Mitch Evans in the purple and cream, Happy and Geronimo, brother Mark Evans in the all-white Elam Plus, as well as Dr. Ken Muscatel in the Northwest Unlimited, and Mark Tate, the veteran aboard Jim Harvey's Freddy's Club, rounding out the field in Heat 3A.
And Steve, surprise, surprise, despite the lane assignments, once again, the big red boat, Miss Budweiser, out in front.
Everybody else racing for second place, trying to stay out of that rooster tail. Mark Tate, in particular, after a DNF the first time out, needed to score a lot of points here in the Freddy's Club to have any chance to make the final heat.
And what's really surprising about Miss Budweiser is not so much that it's in the lead right now, but it's how quickly it's able to get a big enough lead to cut over and get closer into the race course.
A combination of tremendous acceleration and cornering ability like nobody else in the sport. He just rockets from the entrance pin to the exit pin. The other boats kind of working their way around that big arc.
We've talked about shaving off speed as they come into and out of these turns. Miss Budweiser doesn't really shave that much off because of its cornering ability.
From our O'Doul's Eye in the Sky, you can see the overlap that Vilwalk has on the field. Dave has told me that on his computer readouts, he sees speeds well over 200 miles an hour in the straightaway, does not lift his foot off the accelerator in the turns, but the torque on the skid fin and the rudder slows the boat down to about 145. That's how you come up with that average, somewhere around 160, 165. Great racing back here for second place.
That's Mark Evans and the Miss Elam, Mark Tate and Freddy's Club battling it out for second. And right now, that's the only race going on in Heat 3A because Dave Vilwalk and the Miss Budweiser are poised for another 400-point effort.
Now, you saw Dave Vilwalk. He's still out in lane 4, leaving a lot of room to his left. Nobody wants to go in there. You can get a snoot full of salt water by sticking your nose in there. Mark Tate in the black and yellow Freddy's Club needs this 300-point second-place finish right here, so he's driving very, very hard.
Three boats racing for second place. On the left, it's the Elam. In the middle, it's Mark Tate and Freddy's Club. And on the inside lane, it's Mitch Evans and the Appy and Geronimo. But it bears mentioning that Mitch Evans nicked a buoy around that last lap and will be penalized the lap, so he's got no chance of finishing in second. Right now, it's between Tate and Mark Evans.
And now Mark Tate and the Freddy's Club move out to a little bit of an advantage over the other boats racing for second place. The Appy and Geronimo that you talked about actually having one of their better weekends here, and Mitch and the crew appear to have the purple boat running fairly well.
Another boat running fairly well, and that's kind of an understatement right now, Steve. Mark Tate and the Freddy's Club passing the Elam for second place and actually making up ground on the big red boat.
I'm sure that caught Dave Vilwalk a little bit by surprise, but Mark Tate asked for some changes in this boat. Jim Harvey and the crew have made them. Right there in the background, the bridge I mentioned in the Alamo Almanac. This is the part of the course right here where the drivers really have to be careful.
The cameras focus in on Dave Vilwalk, poised to pick up another 400 points in Heat 3 to make it a perfect 1,200 on the day. And there's Mark Tate currently in second in this final lap and going to get that 300 points that he needed so badly to make the finals.
A much improved ride in the Freddy's Club.
They are in the final straightaway by Fiesta Island in San Diego, and Miss Budweiser is going to pick up the 400 points out of lane 4. But more importantly for Mark Tate, he picks up that 300 points in the best ride we've seen since he returned to hydroplane racing.
An important 300 points for Tate and the Freddy's Club, another 400 for Dave Vilwalk and Miss Budweiser.